Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Louis Pedron, Festival Director, International Film Festival Manhattan, with Director Dexter Macaraeg. Say a few words before I introduce our other special guest.
Hi everyone in New York City and around the world. I am Dexter Macaraeg, filmmaker from Abra, Philippines.
And another director, as part of the International Film Festival Manhattan Online 2023 via I1TFC, Director Harold J. Silla from the Philippines, but he's in another country right now. May we hear a few words from Harold?
Hello, good evening. I'm Harold J. Silla, and I'm the filmmaker from Philippines.
Yay! We're so excited that beyond the borders of New York City, we are doing an film festival online via I1TFC. And of course, we'd like to special thank you to REMS Entertainment Productions of director Gabby Ramos, who I've been thinking of collaborating throughout the years, but finally we have a full collaboration this year with the International Film Festival Manhattan Online 2023 via I1TFC. Director Dexter and Director Harold. This question seems to hit me because I'm here to promote the Philippines, not only the filmmakers, but also coming to the Philippines or flying to the Philippines. In fact, last year, that was the thrust of our film festival at the live events in 2022, that we were inviting not only us Filipinos to come home, but also bringing a friend. Your two films actually featured beautiful destinations of the Philippines. Director Dexter may start first, and of course, Director Harold also showed a beautiful destination place in the Philippines. Director Dexter, do you mind talking about the beautiful scenery that you showed in your film Protected Hill?
Okay, Protected Hill is a 16-minute short film shot entirely in the mountainous region, in the Cordillera region, particularly in my hometown in Abra, in Bangued. And basically, this one is a, a protected hill where you can find all the fantastic view up the hill. And the two characters there are Marjorie and Christian. So seemingly they connect to each other because of one particular um, accident that befell Marjorie. So, and then I played the father in the short film. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, assumingly that I died in Quezon City, and then Marjorie during her first visit in Bangued in Abra, so she was carrying her backpack, and then when she arrives from the bus station, she was looking for an address and she doesn't know where to find. So basically, when you are a first timer in a particular area, you have to find your way and then ask information from the people. So towards her journey, he goes to different places until he she met um, Christian in one of the dress shop, and then towards the journey, both of them connected to each other, and then the lifelong process of their stories together. So Christian was unable to connect before, but there was a backstory behind to the story that being a professor in the university, Christian was my student, and he loves taking pictures of me and recording me every time we go to certain places. And then when Marjorie arrives in the province, so Christian also wanted to take photos of this beautiful girl that actually grew up in Manila, but it's the first time that she visited her father's hometown. And then he Marjorie doesn't know where to put the backpack, and then later on there was an argument between them because they wanted to bring the urn of my urn to a protected hill in order for me to, it's very symbolic in a way that, Christian families or even the Ilocanos, they want to preserve this kind of tradition. Whenever you come across a close-knit family, you wanted to come up with one solution to a particular problem. So during COVID-19 pandemic, it was difficult for Marjorie and then my wife, but the wife did not appear in the short films, only through telephone conversation. So the transport of an urn from one particular area to another place was so difficult for uh, bringing an urn. So we made it a point that the urn should be kept in a backpack, and there will be no security and other barriers towards entering the province. So it made it a point that the kind of protection and security, it has to, the metaphor of bringing one person's dead body through an urn has to go deeper into a process. But um, Marjorie was deeply connected to her province, but the father, as you can see in the film, when there was a backstory of the film, Christian videotaped me, and then I was asking for Marjorie to come home and then visit my province, because this is where I grew up, and everybody was, understanding of the fact that the province itself, as we know, that it's a killing fields in the north. But later on, towards the, you can see how fantastic the view, and of course the different places that both characters journey together, and then they weave the stories all together, and then it comes up with a protected hill. And then the protection of one's family, close-knit family among Ilocanos, are bonded together, and then you can see the view is at peace. So I appeared as a ghost in the towards the end of the short film, because I wanted Marjorie and then myself to connect to each other as, some sort of a redemption, because we did not have this communication by the time that I was already in the COVID facility. We did not show this kind of,
Correct, Dexter.
because yes.
You told me the whole story already, right?
Yes, but
You
Mhm.
anyway,
do that.
so
Wait.
yes.
Let me ask you. A lot of Filipinos are now buying their tickets, going home to the provinces, including Abra. I know of relatives. Oh, by the way, I am from the province of Abra as well. My mommy is. But anyways, I have relatives already buying their tickets. If they were to go to that protected hill, what is the name of that overlooking view? The name itself, because I've never heard of
um
that in Abra. Isn't
it's
it? What's the
It's
name of?
Victoria Park. It's in
Oh,
the
Victoria
Casamata
Park.
Hill.
Yes.
Victoria Park, Casamata Hill. So when you go up, you can
Samantha Hill.
actually, yes,
Can
Victoria Park,
cars
Casamata Hill.
actually? Can the
So you
cars
go up, yes.
go up, or you have to walk up like
You
other
can
parts?
you can walk. There's a stairs going up, and there's also a a road going leading up to the statue of the Virgin Mary, and then you can see the I Love Abra signage, and
Oh,
then you can see the whole town overlooking
right,
the Bangged town, and then you can see farther, as far as you can see is the Mount Bulagao, which is the Sleeping Beauty.
right. The mountain that goes like that, right? Do you
Yes.
just for research? Is there a website for Abra tourism that some of us can look
Yes,
up?
they can go to Abra Province. There's a Facebook Abra Province, and
Abra.
then there's an Abra Provincial Tourism page, also on social media, Facebook. And then for the entire Cordillera region, of course, there's a neda.car.gov.ph. So all the six Cordillera provinces are interconnected with the mountainous region. So historically, Abra was part of Ilocos region, and during the time of former Corazon Aquino, there was a peace agreement between Father Conrado Balueg in 1986, and then they signed an agreement that Cordillera will be formed as an Cordillera administrative region,
Right.
comprising of Abra, Benguet, Ifugao, Kalinga Mountain Province, and uh, Ifugao. Yes, those are the six. And then Baguio City is the chartered city.
Right.
So it's a 8-hour drive from Quezon City.
Right.
If you
Right.
take the bus, yes, bus. There are a lot of buses. Like you have the Dominion bus, Spartas bus, and yeah, it's a. I invite everyone. So Abranians in Manhattan, go back and then rediscover our roots, because there are a lot of fantastic views and landscapes, including the 27 municipalities you can go and see, because now tourism is slowly opening after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
And increasingly, the tourism coming from North America, Europe, including the Middle East, as far as United States, of course, have a lot of Abranians in the diaspora, leading to the journey back home. So if they watch this, because I tried to connect to other friends in different parts of the world, and then they admittedly and sincerely told me that they connected bravely to the story, because it's very obvious that it touches them, because during COVID-19 pandemic, it's so difficult for you to connect.
Right.
So whether you like it or not, come home, return back to the Philippines, and then specifically in Abra. So you would consider returning and rediscovering your ancestral roots.
And the beautiful part of it now is there's highways that are easy access going up north to Baguio, to Abra. But let's also hear the voice of direct thank you, direct Dexter, for that. And as we were saying, please visit the province of Abra. Director Harold J. Silla, as director who also features a beautiful destination location in the beginning of his film. You will be shocked and probably mesmerized by a particular waterfalls and sort of like lagoon. So would you mind talking about that actually scene that has an aerial shot of? In what province is it on? Is it your particular province as well?
It was shoot at the Maragondon, Cavite. It's far from my place.
But it is your
It,
province, no? You're from
yeah,
Cavite.
province in Cavite. Yeah. Mhm.
I've never heard of that waterfalls. What is the name of the waterfall?
Lagoon River Falls.
Oh, Lagoon River Falls.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my
Mhm.
term lagoon is correct then.
Yeah.
Um, I get mesmerized when people show like an aerial shot of, and
Yeah.
I get reminded that wow, the
Mhm,
beauty
mhm.
of the Philippines. I actually don't go around too much when I travel the Philippines. I'm usually just in Pasig and or within the Metro Manila area, and I guess people don't really tour me around. Like I've never even been to Boracay nor to Palawan. But I guess I'm due to visit Abra and maybe even
Yes.
I've been to Batangas, to Lobo, of course, and Taal. Those are usually the places that you could easily be brought by your host. But anyways, thank you very much uh, portraying, I mean, showing the Philippines in its beauty. And so excited for everyone who are flying in, who are actually buying their tickets for the holidays to visit the Philippines. I'm all about visiting our country, and even though I live here, and even though I travel to other cities now promoting films, I still meet a lot of fellow Filipinos abroad, as director Dexter and Harold would know. I think director Dexter worked abroad a lot, and Harold, what city are you in right now? I don't think you're in Manila right now.
I'm in Macau now for work.
Oh, you're in Macau now for work.
Yeah, I'm
And
in Macau.
yes, I know you have lots of collaborators there in
Yeah.
filmmaking. But with this particular one, it was shot entirely in the Philippines. Did you collaborate with the same people from Macau, or you do
No,
have a team in
I have team in the Philippines. It
wow.
is it is different production. Mhm.
So you definitely have been in the film. What's your background in film, if you don't mind me asking? And I mean, congratulations in being a prolific filmmaker who produces and produces and produces.
Yeah.
What's your background in film, if you don't mind me asking?
Background in Heaven's Eye, it was my second film that I directed. And before, way back in 2017, that was my first film that I was an actor. It was also shoot here in Macau before.
Hmm. And what is tell me the importance of collaboration? A lot of the filmmakers during their Q&A at the live event, we are finding out that a lot of their collaborators, their fellow directors or actors, are actually their friends. Especially in smaller productions. Can you tell me the importance of collaborating with the right people in creating your short films?
Collaboration is most important because you can meet different ideas also, some um yeah, the ideas.
So
And
you give them the
also you can
opportunity also to do their
opportunity, yeah.
input.
Yeah.
You also allow them to put their input in the creation of your film.
Mm. I'm sorry.
You also allow them to put their input in creating your film.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what is your style of directing and writing? Do you actually rehearse your actors? Because your film is pretty much, very deep. Because a lot of it did not have a lot of dialogue, but it's very deep
Mm.
in acting. They really need to prepare for this. Did you have to rehearse them, or you did any workshops with your actors, you just hired professional actors to be in your film.
Actually, they are not professional. They are also new actors, actress in that film. And before we go to the shoot, we also have a rehearsal first before we go to the shoot. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, direct Harold. Same thing with direct Dexter. You have pretty much very very young actors in most of your films. What is your directing style? Do you workshop them? You discuss it before the shoot, and since this was shot on location, where there are some difficulties, sound problems. It's hard to shoot in a location. Tell me about your directing process, and did you have any experiences shooting on location?
For Protected Hill, because I was based last year in Abra, I was taking my master's in English, and then the University of Abra College of Teacher Education invited me for a film lecture, and then some of the students who were participated in the film lecture. So I gathered them, and then I told them that initially I wanted to create a student film in order for them to be part of the production process. And then later on, I handpicked the most beautiful, uh, the most beautiful of them, because apparently when I finished my
I
film
hope, I
lecture,
hope you can handpick me in your film too.
yeah, of course,
I'm
yeah,
just teasing.
soon, yes, yeah.
And direct
And
Harold
then
too.
Yeah.
yes, and then Marjorie, both of them are a third year Bachelor of Science in elementary education students. And then I told them that I handpicked them personally, but you have to understand the rudiments of how to pronounce properly. But basically the entire script was written in Ilocano, but you have to speak in your local dialect, which is, I don't understand the Tingyan, and some other parts there were also English. So basically it jived to them. Then I discussed to my actors that since I am connected, so it's going to be a collaborative effort. As we know that filmmaking is a collaborative effort between from the director down to the wardrobe to the utility. So as a writer, so I write everything in one paper, and then I discuss with them the the technique that I'm going to use. So when I told them that this is going to be submitted in an international film festival, so you have to do your best, and of course, without getting away from the story. So the narrative of the story has to be regionalized. It has to be local in order for the flavor to come out from my actors. So it turned out that they were practically honest to me. The dedication was there. The entire process was very authentic. So I did not use any. I mean, coming from the team were all in Abra, so I did not get people from Metro Manila. I wanted also to share to them how creatively the process was done from um, from script to screen. So I told them that script writing is it doesn't happen in just one sitting. So brainstorming and keep on brainstorming with them, and then for rehearsals, I think only for half day. I told them that I'm going to, give your scripts 2 days before, and then you complete, memorize everything. So whatever was written in the script, they delivered without any, they just added whatever was. It was a free exercise for them to understand how a script is made, was written, and if they want to ask me for an input, of course I am free to take it from them, but do not get away from the real story, but a connection with them, and then of course getting instructions from from the different people around me, including the executive producer, the line producer. Of course, they were very helpful in giving importance to the making of the short film.
Yeah, when so you know that my mom's from Abra, so my mom's from the tribe of Tingyan, so itneg yung
Yeah.
salita ko. Um so translation. So I have Filipino, Tagalog, and English in my brain, and sometimes I can speak Ilocano if it starts, and then what comes out is Tingyan or itneg. And
Yes.
then now I'm learning languages. So the Spanish is there because I'm old enough to, in college in UP, I studied 2 years of Spanish, so it's kind of there. And I live in a where I live. There's a lot of Ecuadorians, so the translation's there, and I'm studying Norwegian and studying Italian and a little bit of French. I want to be a polyglot, I guess, since I'm going to different countries to promote the festival. But the reason why I'm saying this is that if they had to do that from Ilocano to Tingyan to English, that was a process in their brain. Plus, that would have been my question about why is it in English? I guess it was a school project that they were to translate it themselves, and it's an English project as well. But
No,
looking
no,
at
no.
it
Okay.
side, looking
Yeah.
it from
Let
the
me.
outside, I would like to proudly say when you come to the Philippines, almost everyone, maybe even everyone, speaks English. So I've had difficulty in traveling to other countries wherein I need the translator to actually communicate with them. But in the Philippines, if you're a tourist or you're there for business, Filipinos speak English. So as you see in this film, so I'm proud to say that please come to the Philippines because you won't have a hard time speaking with them. Direct Dexter, you were gonna add something about that topic.
Yes. The script was written in Ilocano, but since my two characters are are mixed, Ilocano and Tingyan. And then the character of Marjorie, who grew up in Quezon City. So of course, when you arrive in a particular place, and then you are a stubborn daughter, and then you have this um, English back at the back of your mind. Of course, when you try to communicate to a local, the medium of communication first is either in Tagalog or in English, which is understandable for most of first timers in one location. So I told Marjorie the character is a stubborn daughter, but she grew up in Quezon City. Whether you like it or not, you can
So
speak
may
either in,
attitude dapat.
yes, so either you can
Meron siyang
speak in,
attitude na konti.
yes,
As
you
a
can
city
either
girl, as a city girl.
yes, city girl siya. So either you speak in Tagalog or you in English. So that's why so we jive together. So if it's difficult for you to speak in Tagalog or Ilocano later on, she connected basically to the to Christian when they interacted, because like myself, I grew up in Abra, but I grew up elementary, so but I returned 35 years after, but I do not forget my roots. So that's one thing that I'm very proud of, because when you leave your hometown, it has you have to go back to where you came from, your roots. It's very important. Your ancestry is very important. And then the reason why I'm so proud that I am bringing the culture, the Abranian culture, to a wider audience, uh, because we know that in Metro Manila alone, there are a lot of of course, if they submit to international film festivals, it's always the spoken should be in Tagalog, but of course we are an archipelago, so there are um, thousands of languages in the Philippines. So for example, in Abra alone, so you have 11 sub-tribes of the Tingyan. So if I
Yeah.
go to another community, you're mixed up. So you get at least another dimension. So you understand another
Yeah.
culture, and which is
It,
very important in the process. So I respected the way how they acted, and the nuances of how a
yeah.
particular scene, when they were trying to contradict each other's views. So okay, whatever you want, that it's for you, it's natural. For in my eyes as the director, I will accept it. So it was fun doing it, because as um first timer student actors and actresses, they were super great. Yeah.
So yes, please ask their ask your actors to tell their friends and relatives abroad to watch their film, because not everybody can go to a film festival, but now that it's online and on I Want TFC, it's perfect that the kids your actors will be able to ask their friends and relatives abroad to watch. So but in terms of director Harold, your film is very deep. He has a very touchy subject in the Philippines. You don't have to tell
Yeah.
them the details, but definitely it's super touchy a subject, especially for your lead actor who needs to get deep into his thing. And similar to director Dexter, all of this happening is based on the past. So the reason why they're existing in that film is the backstory is being shown in the past. Same thing with director Dexter. So without saying too much details about your film, so tell me about since you said I'm just finding out that there are also amateur actors or at least actors who have not been in a
Yeah.
lot of film.
Yeah.
How was that for them? Because the scenes were pretty difficult and pretty action packed as well. There was some running and some
Yeah.
costume changes that he needs to look different in each and every scene. Yeah, tell me about this particular actor, your lead actor. Your the process of him, you preparing him, and what is his background as an actor as well, and what's his name?
Ah, Rene. His name is Rene
Oh,
Ortines.
he doesn't have a last name?
Ortines. Rene
Okay,
Ortines.
I'm just teasing you. Okay, yeah, yeah. So tell me about the background of this your actor.
Actually, this is his first film.
His first film.
And
How
also,
did you
yeah, first
cast him,
film.
by the way? How did you
Yeah,
discover?
first. He was my friend
Mhm.
way back in 2013. My coworker in Manila before.
So you
And
were
then,
just 2 years old then,
yeah.
2013. You were just 2 years old,
No.
but you look so young. Anyways, yeah, so tell
Mm.
me. Oh yeah. So the background of your actor, because that was a pretty difficult role.
Yeah, he don't have background, but we do workshop with Mark Justin.
Okay.
He was the
Online,
one who
right?
online, yeah. We
Uh-huh.
do, yeah.
So yeah. So and then a lot of you I asked him to do a lot of scenes, even action
Mm.
packed with running
Action
and
pack,
being
running,
chased
yeah.
and
Mm.
being in the in the jungles
The
and also
jungle, yeah.
in the city setup.
Mm,
So was there any difficulty shooting in the different locations of yours?
Actually, it was hard when we shoot at the road because there, I don't know if I can say that because there's some how the police came to us and then
Oh,
asked.
watch out now. Can we say that?
And then maybe,
What
yeah.
without saying too
They came
much
us.
details, what
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah,
difficulty and how did you solve that problem? Because producing is just problem solving, problem solving.
yeah.
So were
Mm.
you able to at
We just
least have
say
a
that,
resolution to your particular problem?
yeah, we just say
No
that
one
we
got
are
arrested.
going. Yeah, no, no. We just say that we're just doing some film because we don't have permit on that time.
Oh, watch out now.
Yeah, we don't have permit, so I didn't know that we need to get some permit because it was also in my hometown.
Uh,
So I thought it no need to get the permit, so that's why I didn't get the permit. Then suddenly we just say that we just do the filming, and then oh, okay, okay. And then they allow us to do the film also.
okay. So that's a learning experience as well, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mm.
Just ask your city or town.
Mm.
Not necessarily permission. I don't know if all towns need a permission too, but just tell people of authority, especially the police.
Mm.
Especially you don't live there anymore, right? Even though it's your hometown. But anyways, that's actually a learning curve. Talking about learning curve, director. I know you, director Dexter. I know you've shot a lot of films and been an actor in big films and TV shows. Um, what is your lesson learned in this particular film? If there's anything you can impart, to tell everyone, to warn everyone not to do, or at least to warn them to prepare to do so, so you don't commit mistakes in your filming of your short film.
Um,
Lesson.
bas- yeah, basically, when I start shooting, it's you have to get your permit because um the indigenous community, it's the ancestral domain is very important for them, so it's protected. So they don't know this kind of process in a particular film. So why are you shooting us? Why are you here? So they don't know this kind of, people are trying to invade your privacy. So in the first place, I told them that it's going to be a student film, and then it's an activity for the university. So as a film director, I was in the process of explaining to them, and then even writing to the producer that we need all the spaces during the full day shoot. So all the places that you can see in the film were all guarded, and it was um, situated within Bangged, only one location, but different scenes that connects to the town. So the mayor, of course, I don't need to get permission from the mayor because they know me that I am a filmmaker. So it doesn't um, destroys the image of the municipality. So in fact, I'm trying to promote the beauty of the province. And you cannot see in most of my films, it does not degrade nor destroys the positive image of the province. So for Protected Hill, we know that it does not, create a negative impact, trying to destroy the environment. So I use the metaphor of the COVID, being as a filmmaker, and then you try to squeeze in whether it's going to move, and then use one character that's coming from outside to enter to a particular place, whether she is going to be accepted, or there's going to be a a roadblock. So in her journey, so there was, stop from one direction. So I need the character to move, and just one character to meet. So they drive together, and then they start developing this understanding that, she's a city girl and a local boy. They meet together, so they connected, and then they wanted to journey together, and leading to the bigger climax, which is when they grab each other's, the so anyway. So uh, for me as a filmmaker, when you go to one particular place, it's very important that you get permission, or get authorization from the local officials, that you're going there to shoot one particular scene. Because number one is, you need to respect their privacy. The land is very important, and of course the people, and including the environment. So whether you like it or not, uh, you need to understand how the rigorous planning stage of making this uh, film connect to your audience.
And if you do so, the police will protect you too. Even here in New York City, if you have proper permit, the police will be there for you, especially if you're in a bigger crowd. But anyways, let us have short answers for this to end our conversation. Director Harold J. Sorry, I say Silla. I guess here in America say Silla, but Silla, right?
Silla.
And then with different pronunciations in my brain in different languages, I could pronounce it differently. But Director Harold, what is the message of your film? To start with, and then later we'll end it with one last question. Director Harold, for your film, the title is my In Heaven's
In
Eyes.
heaven eyes. In
Right.
heaven's eyes.
What does the title mean? And also, what is the message of your film, if you don't mind me asking?
In heaven's eyes, it's a story of hero that tell us about unspoken pain, depression, and for happiness, and what lies beyond the definition of right and wrong. It also say that whatever we do, God is always watching us, and it is the desire. The story about the story of In Heaven's Eyes is we portray the human's desire versus God's law. That the two of that, and also um even if you are unhappy or you are happy, always do good things, always, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody wants to change, right? But and
Yeah,
everybody
everyone
wants to
stay.
make sure. But a lot of
mm,
people suffered depression during
Depression.
COVID times, and in fact, people are just getting out of it, if not and there were a lot of people who committed suicide during the pandemic. So I'm hoping, I mean, praying for everyone to get healthier now that we're getting out the pandemic. I know there's a lot of news about war everywhere, but it's still here. I mean, of course, God will help us. Just leave it unto God. No? But otherwise, everyone can help you, but meanwhile, the help has to come from here, and you have to decide you're healed already, or else. But otherwise, thank you for your words of encouragement for this particular film, and similarly, protected heal, going back to your roots and remembering your parents. And I think what remember I took care of daddy and mommy as well, director Dexter, and
Yes.
spending time with your elderly, right? Is the most important, and don't wait until it's late. I think your character said that.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
what
the
is your
saddest,
message of your film, director Dexter?
yes, the message actually is the saddest part of life is when the person who gave you the best memories becomes a memory.
Mhm. Meaning it
And
might be too late, so don't be too
yes,
late. Make sure you
yes, and
meet up
then
with them and say I love you to them.
yes, and then of course, the past is gone, and we cannot recapture it. And tomorrow is yet to come. So we have to always spend time with loved ones because we don't know the day will surely come when we can no longer spend time together.
That's why I'm touched. I saw you with your mom. I'm so touched with that. And then I saw your mom during the interview. She was passing by. It's like it's so cute. And not everyone has that benefit of, especially us who live abroad, and the opportunity to just live with them during their golden years.
Yeah,
The
she's
reversal of roles is very important. Just spend time with them and take care of them. If you have the chance, take care of them because it's gonna be. So, anyways, so as I mentioned, as I ask you about the topic or the meaning of your film, let's end it as with this. What is your words of wisdom, maybe in filmmaking or any personal experiences, since director Dexter has been a vital part of the Filipino community abroad, and now as a filmmaker, and now as a preserver of the heritage of Abra, and of course, director Harold Silla, even though he's so young, he's an ambassador of goodwill in another country, and being an overseas worker. Um, any words of encouragement or words of wisdom to fellow artists out there from both of you? Director Harold, a short answer to your words of wisdom.
Um, always follow your heart. Always, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
always follow your heart, meaning if you like someone, fall in love. No, I'm just teasing. Because it might happen too many times.
Oh yeah.
If you're no, I'm just teasing you. Follow
Yeah.
your heart, meaning sometimes you have a gut feeling or intuition. Is that what you mean?
Because whatever you want to do, just do it. Because filming
Uh,
it was I'm also new here in filming. I just love it. I started love it filming when I was in here in Macau before. When my friend helped me to do the filming also. So yeah, yeah.
Direct Dex, yung mic mo nakakaano, tanggalin mo. I-off mo, nagsa-sound siya. Tanggalin mo yung mic, I should say. Yeah. So your words of wisdom is just do it, I guess, right? And
Yeah.
you mentioned your collaborator because your troupe in Macau are prolific though. You shoot each other's films, you shoot each other's as actors
Mm.
as well. So I guess any shout outs to your film collaborators in the film in Heaven's Eyes?
Eh,
Any shout
shout
outs,
out.
thank yous, and inviting people to watch your film abroad?
Thank you for my production in the Philippines, 25 Film, And also, I want to thank all the staff and crew of In Heaven's Eyes that helped me to make this film. And I'm inviting to everyone to watch our film in I Want TFC. And yeah, that's it.
Director Harold, it's an opportunity to be on I Want
Yeah,
TFC. Even
I Want
I am
TFC.
thrilled to be part of that. Can you
Yeah,
imagine? Because this is the one of the biggest streaming company in the world. They make a lot during the pandemic. They were like the go-to place to like watch film. So it's an opportunity. So don't waste this opportunity that for a bit you were an ABS-CBN star.
CBN, yeah.
Even just for 1 week, right? So please
Yeah,
ask everyone in Macau to look at it, and it will
to look at
really
it.
help us out because at least it would have a ping or sales in Macau and in
Yeah.
your other relatives abroad, especially maybe Direct Mark Justin, please buy a ticket from
Yeah.
Canada. So yes, Director Dexter. Any shout outs and thank yous? And the whole Abra. Invite everyone to go to Abra, to your Abranian Heritage Film Festival, and of course to collaborate with you because Direct Dexter is a great collaborator and he will help you out in your career. Yeah, just invite them. Any thank yous and invitation, and ask everyone, but everyone, your friends, to watch us to I Want TFC. Your mic direct, yung mic mo.
Calling all Abranians worldwide, this is Dexter Macaraeg, founder of Cine Abreño and festival director of Abranian Heritage Film Festival. I'd like you to watch all the short films selected in the International Film Festival Manhattan 2023 over I Want TFC starting
16 to
October
20.
16th. And of course, Rems Entertainment and the festival
Direct
director,
Gabby.
Pedron, of course. Now, my message for the Abreños is very simple. If you don't tell your story, no one else will. Okay?
When nga ron. And you have through your events and through promoting our culture in our arts in our fashion, director Dexter has been a beautiful ambassador of goodwill, not only for Abra but for the Philippines around the world. So super proud of Direct Dexter. Oh, special thank you kay Melissa. Melissa
Yes.
Alviar, yeah.
Also to a good friend in New York, Miss Melissa Alviar,
Alviar.
for all
He's
the
producing things now and helping all of us, yeah.
for helping. Also, our friends back in 2018 when I met them, Lineses,
Yeah. Lynette,
yes,
yeah.
and yeah, Lineses family,
Sila
yes.
Jamila,
Okay,
Jamila. Yeah, Jamila.
all right.
So yes. So let's wrap it all up. We're hoping to do a bigger networking event tomorrow. Hoping for the best. Direct Harold and Direct Dexter are invited again. May I thank you all again, Gay and Associates. This is Jamila, Kata Film Society, Suave Customs for the T-shirt, Bisu, and Marinette, who gave the special gifts for our awards. Rems Entertainment, I Want TFC, and of course, Entertainment News, Talent and Skills, New York Local, and Red Carpet Maven, and all of our the ones who helped us out throughout the years. We will be doing events not only in New York, but we'll be doing events in the Philippines, in Norway, in France, and in Italy next year. So looking forward to you guys to submit to the International Film Festival and through Film Freeway. Again, I'm Louis Pedron, Festival Director, International Film Festival Manhattan, with Director Dexter Macaraeg and Director Harold J. Silla, one of the prolific and hottest filmmakers in the Philippines right now. Congratulations! So
Congratulations.
we will be doing more of this. Of course, check out our postings, IFFM NYC 2023, and we will be updating things on IFFMUSA.com.